Welcome every Welcome back, everybody. If Module 3 was about establishing trust, which was focusing on ethics, security, and data quality, then Module 4 is where we pivot to impact. Up to this point, you've learned how data is stored and organized. Now we're going to talk about how organizations use it to completely change the trajectory. This module is titled Advanced Analytics and Decision Making. The reality of the corporate world is very simple. Data is entirely useless if it sits in a database or is disorganized or messy. Analytics is supposed to turn data into decisions, not just visual noise. So to do this, we're breaking down the week into two primary pillars. First, Chapter 7, we're going to focus on business intelligence and data warehouses. You'll look at how large-scale enterprise architects pull data from disparate sources into centralized repositories to organize so organizations can build reliable performance monitoring systems. We'll cover dashboards, reporting, and KPI-driven metrics. Second, in Chapter 8, we're going to cover data storytelling and visualization. This is where you're going to learn to communicate insights clearly and persuasively without creating what I call the chart salad. You'll learn how to choose visuals that precisely match the business equations, strip out the clutter, and answer two critical questions for your stakeholders. What does this mean? And so what? For your technical lab this week, you're going to be hitting a critical milestone checkpoint in your Power BI project. We're going to be looking at how to use DAX, which is data analysis expressions. Your goal for this checkpoint isn't to cram as many metrics as possible into a page. There is a golden rule. One page, one purpose. Every single visual on your dashboard must earn its spot. It must be clearly labeled and bring immediate clarity to specific business decisions. So you'll jump into DAX with all of that. Then we're going to talk about where theory meets a very harsh reality. Your case study for this week is titled The University Logarithm Auditor, and it is, of course, always due on Friday at 5 p.m. by your due date. In this discussion board assignment, you're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone of being a student. You're going to be acting as an external auditor hired to evaluate the ethical risk of enrollment of logarithms in higher education. You'll be auditing live federal common data set disclosures from universities to see how institutions track your digital body language, like email open rates and web click streams, to measure that financial sensitivity of the university. You'll also evaluate a real-world institutional scandal where predictive metrics were weaponized to harm vulnerable students under the guise of improving national rankings. Finally, you'll role-play a high-stakes scenario in an enrollment executive facing a $10 million deficit, deciding whether to implement the logarithm to target students' wealth over merit. Now, this will require about deep mechanical viable analysis. Expect that about 1,000 to 1,500 words. And of course, everything, remember the deadline is absolute. The case study, Power BI, checkpoint, Proctor Module 4 exam is always due on Fridays at 5 p.m. according to the due date. No late work is ever accepted, period, without cause. We do not accept late work in this class. The case study, you must upload the text, paste the text directly into the discussion board, and upload your Word document to the plagiarism detector. So guys, log in, jump in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the Module 4.